to be there. The thing about people, I keep on seeing all these stats of how the Ravens do when Lamar play versus when he don't play. Well, that's because you gotta go with the backup quarterback. If you actually, like, for example, if you actually trade Lamar Jackson, you get a bunch of pieces. Your pieces gonna fill up what you're losing by not having Lamar on the team. So of course, any team. Let me see every team when their star quarterback is injured, they have to go with the backup. Like what their record is. Of course, the record is gonna be, that much crappy versus the Ravens record when he plays. Of course, it's gonna be that much crappy. Cause like we're investing our time in him. If we don't invest our time in him, when we invest our time in somebody else, that won't be the case. Like, man, Lamar, I don't know. I do feel like he's going through a real injury. I also feel like if the Ravens would have presented the contract yesterday, he'll be in practice tomorrow or today, and he'll be playing, and he will look awesome. That's what I think. This is a very very exciting super wild call weekend coming up. That's being tainted because of injuries of star players. Like that Miami Buffalo game would have been so fun to watch if Tua didn't have his head scrambled so many times this season. 3 times in one season, and two of them was basically 4 days apart. Is Tua done with football now? Can he play again? If he come back next season and get a good hit, is he gonna have another concussion? It's almost like he should just wrap it up. That's what it feels like, and I don't want him to, and I hope he beats this because I do not want him to wrap it up. He's too young. He had too great of a year this year. He got the fastest and most likely one of the best receivers on the team. It would suck to have to retire right now. But man, if your head is gonna be scrambled like that every time a 350-pound defender tackles you, then yeah, man, you might have to. Might not be worth it. You gonna make millions these years, and then 15 years from now, you're not gonna remember your name. Hell, we could barely say your name now. You gonna be just like us, just calling you to avoid saying your last name. Like it's just, I just, it saddens me. It's sad. It makes me sad that he was having such an awesome year that it could be disrupted like this. And I'm looking at the organization of the Miami Dolphins because if you didn't put that man back in the game 4 days later after suffering a concussion, maybe he would have healed well enough that he would have been playing. He would have been playing this weekend. But we'll never know what's gonna happen. What will happen with that? We'll never know. Bold prediction, NFL version. I do not think Lamar Jackson is going to be a Baltimore Raven for long. I think the Ravens is going to touch ties with him because they could just franchise tag him, but they know how this story is going to end. Your star quarterback is unhappy being on this team. No reason to keep him on the team, right? So I could see moves is going to be made. I could see moves are going to be made, and I could see Lamar Jackson is not going to be a Baltimore Raven once his contract is up and once he's able to move. I think they're just going to let him go. And then they're going to put the pieces that they do have and try to find a person similar to Lamar that actually likes playing in Baltimore. Because right now, it just don't feel like he likes playing in Baltimore to me. I feel like I look at Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, like the marriage couple, that's they're already like mentally separated. They just didn't get to divorce yet. But they come home from work and they don't talk to each other when they have a dinner together, and they go to separate rooms to watch TV and everything, and they go to sleep in the same bed, but there's a big gap in between both of them. That's how I feel about the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. It's a divorced couple that didn't sign the papers yet, and I really hope I'm wrong about that because I like Lamar Jackson on the Ravens. If that black and purple fits him very well, but the Ravens don't want to pay him, and Lamar is not playing that many games due to injury. They say, but I mean, I hope it is. I hope it is due to injury because if Lamar's able to play, he's choosing not to play. That's just messed up. That's just messed up. That's so unfair to the other 50 something players on the team that may lose their jobs. The coaches that may get fired because the Ravens didn't win. They didn't win the Super Bowl. That could happen. But I think he's out of there. And I think they're gonna put pieces together to replace him as much as they can. Cause right now they got nothing to replace him with, nothing at all, and that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it at all. You whatever money you got, you might as well just give that money to Lamar. So if they gonna move off of Lamar, they need to start a clean slate. The Baltimore Ravens redo draft picks, find another a quarterback in the draft or whatever draft that they doing is on. They just start over from scratch from the offense from the quarterback point of view. Just go ahead there and just get another quarterback to wear that black and purple, and let that quarterback bring your team to the playoffs. That's how I feel. So that's my bro prediction was coming to Lamar Jackson. My other bro prediction for Tua, that man is not retiring. That man will be back. That man will be back, but I also feel like he's gonna get either a major or a minor concussion once a year for the next 10 years. I think his head is scrambled. I think him playing those games four days apart it's hurting him long term. But I don't see this man quitting football because of his head. I just don't see him doing that. He's been playing too long. He sacrificed too much. I don't see him just walking away from a confident. That's just, honestly, that would just be silly. Bold, bold, prediction for the Monday night game. Yeah, I think the Bucks gonna win that game, y'all. I'm looking at the Bucks like, yo, they about to win this game. They about to get this upset and win this game, and so many people's gonna lose their jobs on Monday, and so many people's gonna look at that Prescott a lot differently because he could not offensively keep up with a 45-year-old Tom Brady. I mean, a lot of people probably can't, but we see firsthand you can't. We're seeing that. We're seeing that firsthand. I don't feel like the Cowboys are going to win this game. I think Dak's made too many mistakes. I think he's going to make mistakes on Monday. I think he's going to get at least two interceptions on Monday, and he's going to give the ball back to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's going to capitalize, and they're going to win by at least two touchdowns, 2.5 touchdowns. About 17 points. Bold prediction is going to be but not really a bold prediction. This is going to happen. I think it's gonna be so many changes in the NFL after the wild card weekend. I think it's gonna be so many changes that like the changes is not gonna it's just not gonna stop. It's gonna be a whole off season of who's getting fired and who's getting hired. It's gonna be a whole off season of that. So, um, I made a prediction that the Cowboys is gonna lose on Monday, so that means Mike McCarthy is out. I feel like Miami is not gonna take the victory. I feel like whoever, like the offensive coordinators and everything, for my oh my bad. I was meaning to say the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers. I was meaning to say the Chargers. I feel like their offensive coordinator is gonna be out, and I feel like Stanley is out of there come Monday. I feel like it's just gonna be so many changes as the playoffs keep going, especially after the first round. Because I don't think all the firings and stuff that's been going on in the past week, I think they're far from done. So, Lamar Jackson is not going to be a Raven anymore. Tor is not going to retire. He's going to play with these concussion problems. And more teams are going to get fired. More coaches is going to get fired this season because I don't feel like they're going to do much in the playoffs. I think that Prescott is out on Monday in the first round against Tom Brady and the Bucks. I think the Chargers have enough to get a win. I mean, yeah, they have enough to get a win against the Jaguars, but I don't feel like the win against the Jaguars is gonna keep them keep them alive on the team. I don't feel like a win against the Jags is gonna keep Stanley from getting fired off the Chargers, especially if he's making these bonehead mistakes, but the Jags did not capitalize on those bonehead mistakes. It's all about mistakes. I'm looking at Chargers gonna get a new trainer because their coach made too many unnecessary mistakes. That Prescott and the Cowboys going home on Monday night in the first round against Tom Brady because I feel like Dak Prescott's gonna make mistakes and he's gonna give Tom Brady chances to capitalize on those mistakes. And I know that. I really feel like Dak Prescott is going to give Tom Brady opportunities for Tom Brady to ice this game. One more thing on the wild card weekend, not really a bold prediction, but I'm looking at the New York Giants. I think they're gonna get that win against the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're gonna get that win. I think so. I really believe so. And if they do get that win, the coach might be safe or might not be. I'm not too sure. Kirk Cousins is going to be a backup, a very expensive backup to somebody before they finally get rid of him. If the new quarterback is actually playing very well. And I believe the defensive coordinator for the Vikings will get fired after losing to the Giants. I believe the defensive coordinator will get fired. And man, these owners ain't playing. They ain't playing. They trying to win. They're trying to win right now. They will give you the bag if you please them, and you'll be dead to the world if you don't do what he needs you to do, and that's make them lots of money. That's what I'm seeing in these owners. That's how I see they roll.